All right, let's gather back up. I think the first very important order of business is 10,000 points to Cars.com for sitting in the front row. Everybody, round of applause, please. Okay. That's what I'm talking about. Also, I am assured by the next presenter that your life will not be the same after this presentation. I told him I didn't know how to even prepare for that, so I'm sure you don't know either. So I will, without further ado, hand it over to Shawn Blevins from SAP BusinessObjects for our next presentation.
Good morning. How are you? So, yeah, so I lost breakfast, okay? I did not win breakfast. If you notice, our table was blank. That's not going to help. So, my name is Shawn Blevins. I'm from SAP and BusinessObjects, which is now one company, which we creatively, as Germans called, SAP BusinessObjects. Huh? How about that? If we'd invented sushi, it'd be called cold dead fish. You know, the whole idea of the company. So my background is I had my own software company. I worked at Accenture for a couple years. Then I worked at Microsoft for about 5 years and started the solution specialist community, building a lot of the server-based BI solutions, selling them into the market, doing go-to-markets, that kind of stuff, teaching folks how to sell at the business level. And then I went to Oracle for 5 years, and there I drove a specialist in the BI community, the app server community around BI. And then for the last 5.5 years, I've been at SAP, not BusinessObjects, right? But I now have responsibilities over the business execution side of BusinessObjects, telling the story. So answering the question of why SAP BusinessObjects is kind of what I do every day. For example, later today I'll be on a plane talking to the government of Puerto Rico. I just found out this morning. So I'm going to go to Puerto Rico and do the same spiel. So you guys, you know, we're gonna judge the audiences here, right? I need to feel some flavor, right? So here's the whole thing, and this is gonna be a little bit like church, right? Because if you expect some product-centric, dry, boring, we're the greatest of all, I'm so far past that after being in like a corporate whore in Oracle and Microsoft and SAP. I am so far on the other side of that now. This is about you. This is about your company, and the next 12 minutes is about that and nothing else. Let me ask you something. How many people in this room have BI tools today? Anybody got any tools? Any business tool, BI tool? No. Oh, look at that, everybody. Isn't that amazing? You know who else had them? The banks, the auto companies, the real estate agencies, the investment banks. You know, they had them all. They had all the reporting and intelligence tools you can imagine. How'd that work out? Anybody? Oh, it worked out great, didn't it? All right, isn't that great? So we lost a lot of our friends, we lost a lot of our pay, we just lost a lot. But why didn't we see that coming? Well, I'll tell you why. I won't tell you, I'll let Gartner tell you. Gartner says, despite unprecedented information availability, the past decade has suffered from several imperfect decisions made in both the public and private sectors. It's not enough to provide voluminous access to information. It's not enough to provide voluminous access to information and expect good decisions to be made as a result. Although the promise of better decision making is a top driver of BI and performance management investments, information generated by BI systems and other decision inputs are rarely linked to business decisions and outcomes. Shawn Blevins did not say that. Gartner said that, okay? But it's true even if I say it. Do y'all agree with that? We do the reports, we tell them here's all the great things. You know what they're missing? I'm going to throw a word out right now. Here's what they're missing. Context. Okay? I don't want to get all Van Wilder in here, but I will tell you that this is not about BI. This is about profitability. This is about making the right decisions and then backing those decisions up. Right? Short of piecing a decision thread together manually, keep that word manually in front, the decision thread itself becomes a black box. How it was made or whether or not the outcome was successful is lost along with any effective or ineffective practices that may have been followed. So not only do we not link decision making, we don't even hold people accountable for those decision makings. Anyone witnessed that lately? Right? Bernie Madoff. Did any of those people putting all those billions of dollars in, did they get a single analyst of any of that millions of dollars? Yeah, they just couldn't understand it. They couldn't understand any of the decisions that he was making or not making, right? So we have a problem. The problem is not BI. The problem is not the tools. The problem is we're asked backwards in the way we're thinking about things. People and process, people and events create process. Processes generate data. Does anyone disagree with that? When you go buy a donut down the street, you buy the donut, there's an event, buy a donut, and then at the end of that, there's a receipt. But the receipt is not the point. Neither is BI data. Not the other way around. There's two things that you need to think about. If I'm on an airplane, all these systems are automated. The pilot's not up there going, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, we're all going to die, right? He's up there reading a book and letting the airplane fly itself, unless there's a set of conditions at a business level that can't be handled by the sensors and the different parts of the plane. Then he has to make a decision. The other opportunity, the other way you can do that is you can take a data level approach. There's a piece of the airplane that even survives the crash that's got every conversation and every piece of data in it. It's called the little black box. The problem is it's just a little too late at that point. Right? When you go fish that out of the drink, it's a little late because everybody's dead, which is kind of what's happened to the economy in the last year. Right? So there's two approaches, and this is what I want you to think about. These are the foundational thoughts. You can either buy it, you can buy a Boeing 747, or you can have Wilbur in the basement building that thing, right? You're going to put your business at risk because, you know what, it's only as good as your best DBA, your best business analyst, your best... No, we need to bring in standardized, proven decision support systems based on execution. Otherwise, we're always one interface away from greatness. We're always one more tool away from getting where we want to be. Now, I know this because I've been at Microsoft, at Oracle, and SAP. Even inside SAP...